Plymouth Savoy, the unsung hero of American motoring. The Plymouth Savoy, often overshadowed by its more glamorous siblings and muscle-bound cousins, but don't let that fool you. This car has more character in its chrome-trimmed pinky finger than most modern vehicles can dream of. Introduced in the early 1950s, the Savoy was Plymouth's way of saying, "We don't just make muscle cars, we make road warriors built for the everyday man." Right from the outset, the Savoy was designed to be a workhorse. It wasn't trying to win beauty pageants, though it certainly had its share of panache. Take a look at the mid-50s models, with their two-tone paint schemes, sweeping tail fins, and enough chrome to blind a Yeti eye. It was the epitome of 50s flair, a car that looked like it should be starring in a movie where everyone wears Ray-Bans and poodle skirts. But the Savoy wasn't all flash and no backbone. Underneath its stylish hood, early models were powered by Plymouth's reliable flathead 6 engines. Not exactly heart-stopping, but dependable as your favorite pair of well-worn boots. As the years progressed, Plymouth upped the ante, offering V8 engines that could make a straight line very short, very quickly. The 318 cubic inch V8 that became available in later models? An absolute gem. It produced a respectable amount of grunt that let the Savoy dart and dive with surprising enthusiasm for a car that looked like it should be teaching Sunday school. Driving a Savoy was an exercise in pure Americana. The suspension was softer than a lullaby, soaking up road imperfections like a sponge, making you feel like you were floating on a sea of marshmallows. The steering, however, was about as precise as a weather forecast for next year. But who cared? This wasn't a car for hot lapping. It was for cruising, showing off, and maybe racing to the drive-in theater for a root beer float. Inside, the Savoy was typically American, spacious, robust, and designed for comfort. Bench seats that could fit an entire baseball team, a dashboard festooned with dials and switches that seemed more decorative than functional, and enough legroom to stretch out like you're in a first-class cabin. Luxury? No. Comfortable and unfussy? Absolutely. One of the more interesting facets of the Savoy was its versatility. Available in multiple body styles, including sedans, coupes, and even station wagons, it appealed to a wide range of customers. Whether you were a suburban dad, a traveling salesman, or just someone who wanted a reliable vehicle that didn't cost the earth, the Savoy had you covered. Sadly, like many icons of its era, the Savoy faced its twilight as the muscle car craze took over the American automotive landscape. By the late 60s, it was overshadowed by its flashier, more powerful counterparts. But those who knew its value, its charm, and its understated brilliance knew that the Savoy was more than just a stepping stone. It was a destination in itself. So, if you ever find yourself behind the wheel of a Plymouth Savoy, take a moment to appreciate the history, the craftsmanship, and the essence of American motoring that it represents. It may not be the loudest, fastest, or most glamorous car of its time, but it's one of the most genuine. Enjoyed our nostalgic ride with the understated Plymouth Savoy? Smash that like button, subscribe to Atoacons, and share your Savoy stories in the comments. Stay tuned for more classic cruisers and unsung heroes of the motoring world.